Hello everyone, and welcome to this video, which is in our Engine Snack series. I'm Grandmaster Matthew Sadler, and we are taking a look at the dramatic game between Vajolet and Koivisto, played in the TCEC Season 22 League 2. Well, Koivisto seemed to be running away with League 2, really strong engine. And Vajolet was suffering at the bottom, though having played quite a few entertaining games. But in this game, the underdog came through, and Vajolet won a great game against Koivisto. There was one slightly unfortunate thing for Koivisto, and it manifested itself in this position. It's super sharp. Vajolet's been playing very aggressively here in a Samish King's Indian, and it doesn't look so bad for black. If you play a move like G8 Queen, for example, Rook takes B2 is absolutely killing, and King C1 Knight E2 check is even checkmate. So that's all looking quite good. Only White does have a move here, and unfortunately, Koivisto was blind to it because apparently it's a pretty standard elo gaining patch, and that is to discount any under promotions in your search when calculating ahead. Presumably that reduces the number of possibilities you have to consider, which are mostly not very useful to look at. Only in this case, G8 Knight check was absolutely crucial. And Koivisto had not seen it, and Vajolet had. Now, having said all that, I do have to say that the variations are quite amazing. I mean, both the game and actually some of the sub-variations, it wasn't immediately clear, to say the least, to me that this was even going to be remotely good for White. But it turns out that way. I mean, after King F7, if you just try and avoid the knight, try and navigate the king through all the minefields set by all the knights, you're still threatening Rook takes B2, so that's quite dangerous. You go knight check, King E8. And I have to say, I was looking at this position and I didn't understand at all, why was this good for White? Was I missing something silly? But, the point is you just go B3, but then, just like in the game, you go here and bishop c3. I mean, I've got two rooks. I'm going to pick up another rook with e2 to e1. I mean, you've got a lot of knights, right? I understand, but still, But actually, the knights are actually really important. You go knight takes c5, e1 queen, takes, and then d6. And it emerges that you've got a few problems here trying to get away from all these knights. It's amazing. I mean, there was, in the VSOB, the viewer-submitted openings bonus, there was one of these positions where White had, 20 knights or something against Black's full army, and somehow the knights were winning those as well. Feels very much like this. I mean, we're threatening, maybe moves like knight f6 check. That's already quite a big threat. So bishop c3 was what I wanted to play, but then we go d7 check. And this is absolutely amazing, but it's actually going to end up in mate because King f8, we've got this knight to e6, just checking. Yeah, all the squares are covered. And King d8 allows knight g e6 and checkmate. So amazing variations. And even if I'd seen that g8 knight was legal, I wouldn't necessarily guess that it was a good move. And it's also the same in the main game, actually, because Rook takes g8 takes, Rook b8 was played, just hitting b2, b3, and that frees up e2 and bishop c3. Only what you can do here is go knight e takes f4, and after e1 queen, we take, and go bishop e6. And Black's the exchange up, but White's got, more pawns, 3 pawns for it. And, I think I'd still find this quite tricky to win, but Vajolet actually did it very impressively and won quite easily. Just show you actually, because it was quite nice just to put the knights in the centre, and just beautifully started encroaching. d6 check is a threat as well, and even Koivisto couldn't hold it. But I have to say, I mean, this mate in particular really gave me a little bit of a thrill there. So great game by Vajolet. Hard luck Koivisto. I hear that the developer is just going to patch stuff so that it does consider Knight under promotions in the future in its calculations. And Koivisto still number one despite that loss, and still looking good for the for League One. Great stuff.